Black Americans are constantly told about our lived experiences. We are constantly told, you need to stop playing the race card, like what we go through in our lives.
Please welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us. You guys are the real everything. So lovely. So I came across this video right for you, and I thought to share where internet is reacting to the Whoopi situation, where a pan-colored woman and also a woman of color teamed up to actually tell a black woman that, okay, you shouldn't compare the struggles of people that looks like me to that of the Iraq. This actually sparked a level of, discussion, and I was able to put out some of those stitches. I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of other stitches that I was able to put together. Please give me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and let's dive into it, lovelies.
And it's slow.
But let's just remember, too, the Iranians literally throw gay people off of buildings. They don't adhere to basic human rights.
Listen, here's the thing. Let's not do that, because if we start with that, we have been known in this country to tie gay folks to the car.
Where the Iranian regime is today,
I'm sorry,
is nothing
they used to
compared to the
just
United
keep
States.
hanging black people. So
It is not even the same. I couldn't step
Oh no!
during this.
Wait! That's not what you mean to say. It is the same.
No, it's not. The year 2025 in the United States is nothing like if I step foot wearing this outfit in Toronto.
I'm sorry.
No, I can't have my hair showing. I can't wear a skirt. I can't have my arms
Understood.
out.
I'm telling you, as a
I literally said it was up to the Iranian people.
yes,
it is up to them.
and that's why I am saying that it is the same. Murdering someone for their difference is not good. Whoever does it, it's not good. So that's why I said you weren't saying what I heard was not what you meant.
I think it's very different to live in the United States in 2025 than it is to live in Iran.
Not if you're black.
Not for everybody.
Not if you're black.
Guys, don't go to Tehran. Do not anyone at the table to go to Tehran.
Let me tell you about being in this country. This is the greatest country in the world. But yeah, I know that. And we all know that. But every day we are worried. Do we have to be worried about our kids? Are our kids going to get shot because they're running through somebody's neighborhood? They are not big deals, and I don't mean to say they're not big deals to you, because that's not what I meant.
And they are not doing well there either. They are not doing well in Iran. They are not educated. They cannot property. They cannot leave States.
I'm talking about here.
Nobody wants to diminish the very real problems we have in this country. That is no one's intent. But I think it's important we remember there are places much darker than this country, and people who deserve rights.
Not everybody feels that way. Not everybody feels that way. Listen, I'm sorry. When you think about the fact that we got the vote in 1965,
okay, they don't have free and fair elections in Iran. It's not even the same universe. They can't go out of their house. The women.
You know what? There's no way I can make you understand.
Let me try something. It's like try to reverse roles with a black person in this country, let's say, because I think that's what you're talking about.
Yes.
Just try to understand from their point of view. From that point of view, this country does not do them well. Does not go.
I completely acknowledge that.
And we shouldn't compare atrocities.
If you're talking about Iran, of course, is doing worse things. But relatively speaking,
it feels
bad.
Okay, but I think you know that Iran is significantly
I guess we're going to come back and
listen,
talk.
I was in college when that
talk
revolution
more
took
about
place.
this.
And I know what happened.
What did you see during that entire exchange? What did you see? I'll tell you what I saw. I saw a black woman trying to express herself, trying to talk about how black people are treated and are oppressed in this country. And I saw a woman of color and a white woman shut her down. I saw a white woman and a woman of color get together to try to shut down a black woman, to stop her from speaking, to stop her from expressing the heartache and the pain and the mistreatment of what the people in her community have to deal with on a regular basis. And that is what it's like for black women in this country. They get it from all sides. Black men, white women, people of color, everyone trying to stop a black woman from expressing her heartache, her disappointment, her oppression. Alyssa goes on to say, I'm not trying to diminish the atrocities that take place in this country. But then she goes on to diminish what it is that Whoopi Goldberg is trying to say about what black people have to deal with in this country. Did you see Whoopi Goldberg's frustration? She grabs her head because every time she tried to speak, they overtalked her, they silenced her, and they teamed up to do it. Are there atrocities happening to women in Iran? Absolutely. And you know what? Black women can zip their lips to sit and listen to what Iranian women have to say about what they deal with in that country. We can do that. We're compassionate that way. We care that way. The problem is they can't do that for black women, and you just watched it in that video clip. And it's not just them. Black men, there's some black women who don't want to listen to the heartache and pain of other black women. They don't have any compassion for what black women are going through. They don't care about what black women are going through. And therefore, they will overtalk, they will diminish, and they will not listen to what a black woman has to say. You just watched it. I love y'all, black women.
Clip of The View where Whoopi Goldberg is being talked over by that Alyssa woman and that other lady. I don't watch The View like that, so I don't know who she is. It was hard to watch, but it is Exhibit A. Why the 92% of black American women have said, you know what, we're done. Black Americans are constantly told about our lived experiences. We are constantly told, you need to stop playing the race card, like what we go through in our lives in this country is a game. We're also told, you need to stop playing the victim by the very people who have made victimhood an art form. Who is it that is on these internets whining and complaining about the policies of the administration of the president that they voted for? Black people can vote. Black people can go wherever they want to go. They have all these rights. You damn right, because we fought hard. And much of our blood, sweat, and tears went into securing those very rights that we have, that we've really only had since the 1960s. I was born in 1969, including Black American women's right to vote. Those rights were hard won after a hard fight. And there are forces, including the current administration, that are trying to roll those rights back. The basis for modern gynecology is from the inhumane, unethical, forced medical experimentation that was done on enslaved black women. The maternal mortality rate for black mothers in this country is at epidemic levels. Black communities are over-policed with the police brutality that comes with it. Since the murder of George Floyd just 5 years ago, 229 innocent Black Americans have been unalived by police. Those are only cases that have been accounted for and reported. Black people in this nation continuously disappear. Our young black women vanish and nobody gives a damn. Black men are found hanging from trees and is written off as suicide. Systemic racism is alive and well. But we are told by people who don't have a fucking clue what our life is like. What our life is like. And so that clip from The View is Exhibit A of what the 92% of black American women have been talking about. That played itself out all last election cycle. It's not like someone didn't try and warn the nation what would happen if they re-elected a convicted felon scam artist, a professional con man and liar. And it doesn't matter that Whoopi Goldberg is a millionaire. That does not invalidate her experience as a black American woman in this nation. And by the way, she wasn't always a millionaire, and she had to strive in a racist Hollywood system. And by her pure talent and hard work and perseverance, she now is in the economic status that she holds. But she's still an outlier, just like every millionaire and billionaire is an outlier in every community. That viral clip of The View is Exhibit A of why the 92% of black women and 80% of black men have said, yeah, we're done with the bullshit. That clip of The View.
So Whoopi Goldberg has the audacity to get on The View and try to rebuttal Alyssa Farah's claim that Iran is far worse than America. But then Whoopi Goldberg then goes and says, not for black people in America. What audacity? Ma'am, you are going to go home in your car that you paid for to your mansion with your private security. She is speaking freely on a platform, speaking her views in America as a black woman. She can like who she likes as a woman in America. Iran, they have to have head coverings. They cannot speak as freely. It's literally mind-boggling, the privilege that is coming from her mouth. The worrying every day. Who's worrying? I am walking freely. I'm by myself. I'm not worried about my kids. I'm not worried about my skin color dictating anything. Race aside, as a woman in Iran, all the women on The View cannot be speaking their view in Iran. Get Sunny Hostin to co-sign with her and sit alongside her in agreement, just nodding. Black people in America do not have it as bad as people in Iran. Black people in America don't even have it bad. We are the privileged ones in America. I am so tired of this rhetoric. Whoopi Goldberg sits on The View in this pedestal saying, woe is me. Ma'am, you're making more money than most people in America. What are you talking about? You're a woman. You're a black woman. What are you talking about? She goes and spews this rhetoric, identity politics, just day after day after day. What is she spewing? It's literally lies. I'm tired of hearing it. I don't know how The View is still on. Hear me when I say this. Black people in America are doing great. Okay? Iran, women are struggling. They are against the regime. They're throwing off their hijab, saying unalive the dictator because they are fed up. That is dictatorship. That is a regime. That is not having freedom. That is true oppression. I am so tired of these privileged people, aka Whoopi Goldberg, getting on the screen in front of millions of people and just spewing lies in these headlines and people just eating it up. I am tired of it.
Whoopi Goldberg was not wrong about what she said on The View yesterday. She was 1000% correct. If you don't know what it's like to be black in America, you can't dictate and tell black people what our lived experiences are in America. Shorty on The View, some white lady that she was going back and forth with was talking about you can't compare the black experience of being black in America to what's going on in Iran. I can compare whatever the hell I want to. Do you know the dark history of this country and what they've done to black folks? You kidding me? And then old girl tried to use an example about gay people getting thrown off of roofs in Iran. So you never heard of Matthew Shepard? Mind you, he was white. He was a white gay man. God bless his soul, but he was a white gay man. Remember the things the men did to him? Now imagine what they used to do to black queer people, what they're still doing to black queer people to this day. Just because bombs are not getting dropped on top of our heads, don't mean we're not going through what we're going through in this country. The way y'all minimize anti-blackness is insane. And Whoopi, you better not apologize. You better not apologize. Stand on business, stand on your 10s, please. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. She's not wrong for what she said at all.
What she said. I'm tired of non-African Americans, and baby, some African Americans too, telling black folks about our lived experiences in these United States. More specifically, non-black. You have no idea. It's very disappointing for black folks. It's a Stockholm syndrome. that we quickly want to empathize with other communities, but not really taking inventory about what's happening in our own community and with us. And baby, these same individuals, black individuals, that empathize and sympathize with everybody else's community but our own, will go 10 toes down fighting for issues around the country, when we have issues right here in these here United States that they're not fighting for at all, not interested in, don't hear a peep from them. But the moment something happens somewhere else that has nothing to do with you, you in the fight, baby. 10 toes down. Y'all make it make sense. We have normalized the treatment of ourselves and our community. It's nothing short of abuse. I'm always wowed by the fact that we can so quickly empathize with other communities, other countries, humanize what's happening there, send rescue. But those same travesties are happening here in the United States to black folks every day. Every day. So while I'm not shocked by the comments of non-black folk, the black folk, we can't compare what's happening in Iran to what's happening in the United States. Oh, Whoopi Goldberg, she's a billionaire, so she can't speak on it. She's still a black woman. She hadn't always been a billionaire, but she's always been a black woman. The repercussions of chattel slavery are still happening in the United States to black folks. Sundown towns, lynchings, they're still happening. Mass incarcerations, the lack of the ability to build generational wealth. I can go on, but I'm not. She said what she said. Deal with it. And I don't care who don't like it. I'm not going back and forth with anybody about the lived experiences of black folk. That's including black folk. Y'all have a good day.
Hey guys, I usually don't do commentary on The View. I usually blow it off because I consider two women on that panel ignorant, disingenuous, uninformed, and uneducated. I do. It's the blonde chick and the chick named Melissa. You can have all of the education in the world and still be ignorant. You can have all the education in the world and still be uneducated. You can have all the education in the world and lack common sense and not know how to read a room. And those two are the pinnacle of it. I listened to Whoopi Goldberg today try to explain the lived black experience because there was a comparison between Iranian women and black women when the experience really is totally different. There is a huge difference between being a slave and being a woman in Iran. Their life, I heard, is not very good. But when you are considered, your generations are considered property, and then there are still some palm-colored people who consider us that way and consider us three-fourths of a person too to this day, then the lived experience is not the same, right? And the level of trauma that black people carry, generational trauma, in their spirit on a daily basis, because some of this shit continues to play out for 400 plus years, is not the same. And when to hear her say, well, America has some problems. No, America doesn't have a problem. America has a blight. America has a stain. America has a bruise. America has 400 years plus of lives up under the ground based on the things that they did. There are children in this country that will never be seen by their generations because they were unalived. Right? So let's get into the lived black experience. This is not made up. This is not fake. This is real shit. Okay? So if I can trace my generation, my slavery back 2 generations, right? My dad's dad was a slave. Mr. Jesse was a slave. Born into it, because when you were the child of a slave, you were born into slavery. You didn't have the option of freedom, right? And given the fact that slavery in this country didn't end until 1976, and I was 6 years old, right? So my grandfather had a lot of stories and a lot to tell, right? So if we want to be accurate about the experience of black women, let's just talk about black women. Let's talk about our
babies being fed to alligators. Does that happen in Iran? Let's talk about our children being raped. Yeah, our children, our sons and daughters. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about, as punishment for us not doing something right, our children were taken away from us and sold to someone else. Let's talk about them unaliving our children as punishment. Let's talk about the women being raped. Let's talk about the men being raped. Let's talk about, them putting us in a stall with our son, a mother in the stall with her son, and forcing them to copulate, because that was breeding. They would put a potato bag over their head so they wouldn't see, but you were having relations with your son. Let's talk about a father doing that to his daughter. Let's talk about where we got the word motherfucker from. Let's talk about black women being experimented on so that white women could have a good gynecological experience. Let's talk about our DNA being stolen to heal all manners of diseases. Let's talk about that. See, that's just a little bit, right? It's just a little bit of what we face. Let's talk about our children not being able to wear hoodies. Let's talk about the innate fear of black women letting their sons out the door, having to teach their sons to not wear hoodies. Let's talk about the Antonio Browns, the Orlando Castillos. Let's talk about those, because there's more than just those two, right? Let's talk about our black children laying on the ground and being forced to beg for their life because they can't breathe. And I'm not even talking about George Floyd. I'm talking about the young man who died in Denver because they gave him ketamine and he couldn't breathe. And he was autistic. Let's talk about that. See, you can't compare these experiences because these experiences are totally different. Black people, black women have been living in a war zone for 400 plus years. 400 fucking plus years. And let's not even talk about the fact that we had to pay to vote. We had to pay to vote. We just recently, within the last couple of generations, didn't have to pay. See how ignorant you were? See how uneducated you sounded? And see how disingenuous you are for not being informed. Fucking idiot. And I listen to palm-colored people on this app talk about black fatigue. I listen to it all day today. Do you have any idea how fucking tired we are? Hey guys, I usually don't do commentary.
Seriously, lovelies, I am actually not surprised with this controversy of Whoopi. I'm not surprised because this has always been what's been happening. It has always been, she don't like you guys, like especially people of color have always looked for a way to constantly tell people that looks like me that your struggle is not that strenuous. Like, oh my god, you people are so um they just try as much as they can to debunk the struggle of people that looks like me. So this discourse of Whoopi and these pink-colored women, and they started talking about what is happening in Iran and the fact that they shouldn't compare it with what has happened or what have been happening to people that looks like me, in the sense that they believe that the ones that have been happening to Iran is nothing compared to what's have been happening to people that looks like me. That means that that of Iran is more extreme compared to people that looks like me. The thing is that nobody is actually supporting oppressing either of the two, but comparing 400 years even till date with that of Iran is just something that is laughable. It's something that is laughable, and it's something that has keep on, you know, occurring. It actually takes someone who is in the said shoe to tell you that, okay, this is the way we feel about the whole thing. This is the way we are being treated. Like, even in 2025, In 2025, black people have been lynched. There's a video I stitched on my second channel, Belinda Vice. I stitched this video of a black man who was actually lynched on Juneteenth, and they left him there. They left him there. And now you know, the media or whosoever is trying to portray it as a self-inflicted, right? And the thing is that this and so many other things that people that looks like me have been facing pro to after the slavery have been abolished. And these people keep on denying the fact that people that looks like me have constantly been oppressed. People that looks like me have constantly been arrested for a crime they knew nothing about. People that looks like me have constantly been, lynched. That is why um when it comes to this election and pro-election thing, black women, black men are standing down, focusing more on them. When it comes to that, I don't even blame them because no matter what you do, no matter how you want to come out there in order to help protest for people, these guys will see you as a target, and after which they will just all of a sudden forget about your struggle and tells you that you shouldn't compare your struggle with this other. Yours is just very fair. The same thing happened during the course of Palestinian people. These Palestinian people have never actually, talked about the struggles of people that looks like me and all of that. And during the course of this, a lot of black people supported, Free Palestine and all of that. And after everything, they turned back to call people that looks like me the colonizers. Like, this is just something that keeps on happening. And I don't blame what people are like trying to explain, but these people just want to shush her up. This is something that have competed like it's something that keep on happening. You as a black woman, you want to express yourself, you want to express your struggle and how the society have demonized you. They will just look for ways to make to frustrate you, to make it look like you're making things up. That's why they came up with something like, oh, you just want to be oppressed, like your oppression Olympic whatsoever, because they just don't want me as a black person to express myself, to express my struggle. They always believe that every other person have a difficult struggle compared to people that looks like me. The same thing that is happening between the Congo and Palestine. They believe that the people in Congo are not suffering. It's either you go help people in Palestine rather than to help people in Congo, because they say that people that looks like me are meant to some certain level of suffering and oppression. But when it happens to be someone of color, oh, they are not supposed to be in this situation. And you as a black person, you want to like try to express yourself that, oh, my own oppression, my own predicament is even higher compared to these people of color. No, they will just shush you up because they believe that you are meant and built for that. You are meant to be oppressed. You are meant to be the least person to be focused on. The same thing happening in Congo. Congo has been experiencing GNOC for years. Nobody, no media, nothing, no support, nothing. But immediately power people, experience a little bit. Oh my God, the media, everything. Because there are people of color. But when it's people that looks like me, oh my God, just allow them to wallow there. It's so unfair. It's so unfair that this is the society we find ourselves. Where black person struggle does not really matter, but when it comes to a pan-colored person or a POC person, oh my God, black people have to forget about their own struggle and focus more on the POC people. Like, you know, I don't actually blame a sister that said that it's high time black people should focus more on themselves, because there is a lot already going on in the community. It's not as if anyone likes whatsoever that is going on in the whole world, but when it is only constantly picking, you know, without like, oh my god, then it's actually a time for you to focus more on yourself. Like, anyway, lovely. So now just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We just here for educational and informative purposes. So please like, subscribe, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one. Anyway, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please, lovelies, if you don't subscribe to this channel, do you go a huge favor to click on the subscription button, like, leave your thought on what you think, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.